Okay, Bongo, Slutty Susie, welcome.
What's happening?
Thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, it's class in here.
It's boss, innit? So one of the questions I was gonna ask you was, how many times have you been approached by manufacturers of stripy shirts? And then I noticed on your for endorsement, and I noticed on your story yesterday, you have.
Well, I haven't really.
Oh,
I just thought if I put it on there
you might
and I tagged them in, and I was going to do like hashtag ad, because there's a place in these are from a New Zealand company, these stripy tops. And when we did some shows in Australia, and there was this shop, and I was like, these are the best stripy tops, quality.
Yeah.
And then I was importing them from New Zealand, and the import charges was more than the t-shirts. And then now they've got a UK depot.
That's
So
when you know you made it.
ordered 20 tees. I was actually just talking to him literally just talking to him on the way there, going, I can get them if I buy them in bulk for about maybe £3 a t-shirt. Yeah. Is it a real dickhead move if I wear one fresh tee a day and then put the rest in a bag and just give them to charity?
no.
No, like a fresh tee every day.
Yeah.
Is that really?
I feel like you're doing the charity bit though just to make it less of a dickhead thing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'll sign it as well.
David Beckham used to get wear one pair of boxies a day, didn't he? And then
Yeah,
just
I
get
heard that as
fresh
well.
every
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
So I just think that's living the dream. I think you should just do it.
As
Don't
long
care
as I
what
keep
anyone else thinks.
as long as I keep the ratio then, and just have like 6 pair of boxies that I just keep reusing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then but my
Circle
t-shirts are
life.
different.
And then turn them inside out and then wear them again.
The main thing is when you, because they're quite long down here, when they first come out, first wear, and then when you wash them, then it's the belly. And that's what I mean. Then I get a bit more
But you knew what.
conscious. Maybe I should just lose weight.
So did you just see the stripes and wear them once and then it just stuck?
No, I've gone through a few little phases. Like I went through a phase of wearing Flory Ted Baker shirts. Then I got too big to wear them because this is a double XL. And then I was, just it's easy in the morning. It's easy in the morning just to put the same thing on.
When did that start actually? I can't really. I remember you like having the flowery shirt.
I'd
I
have
remember when the
loads of different
started.
stripes. I'd always have like a striped shirt and like wearing it, and then the rest I'd be like, oh, stripe one's clean again. But it was only later on that I found out that someone told me that like read an article like Steve Jobs and a few other like these like big
Obama,
entrepreneurs,
I was
Obama, all wore the same outfit because they could save more time on their
Save more-
creativity elsewhere.
That's it.
That's not the fact, but I'm latching on to that, if that makes sense. I'm just like Steve Jobs. He did it, but that's not the reason. It's just laziness.
Apparently you only have X amount, like a finite amount of decision-making energy per day.
Yeah.
So that's why the likes of Obama and that do that. They wear the same every day.
That's why I
They're
do
gonna
it.
think, well, I'll wear the green because I'm on this.
So hopefully in years to come, people will just be like Steve Jobs, Obama, Bongo.
Bongo.
They had their thing going on.
Bongo.
He only wears a green dress.
Yeah.
You wouldn't wear another colour.
No, I hate it when we have like theme shows come up and we have to like sort of get a different dress to match the theme. Hate it. I'd rather like just like rip it on the slide and go, oh, I've got my green one up there. I'll have to just stick that on.
It just doesn't feel right.
Just weird, like, because you're so used to it, and like it's just like nice and free, easy to spin it.
It looks better. Like I've seen your clothes reel or clothes horse drying, and it's like,
oh, when I've got them all on there,
and it's like 10 Tinkerbell scatty dresses just hanging up like.
I've got one new one now as well.
Nice, fresh one.
At what point can you just start getting them imported as well? None of this fancy dress shop stuff anymore.
Oh, we've got like a discount with Smithies now, so
Coach
it's already
Raff.
started.
That's called living the dream.
Listen,
Use promo code Bongo20.
Yeah.
Like I walk in, they just pull one out and just go.
amazing. Just so, like, why did you start wearing dress? Why are you Slutty Susie?
I have absolutely no idea. Well, the name comes from because I replaced a dancer who broke his leg called Slutty Sue. And when I went on stage, because he'd done shows for so long, I think Johnny couldn't get his head around any other name. So he just kept saying Slutty Sue. And then he was like, I'll have to change it. And it just became Slutty Susie. I started off the first night. I was supposed to...
You were late, weren't you?
Well, I wasn't late. Johnny had said to me on my first ever like show day, meet me at Smithy's at 2:30.
This was before we
pick it
got
out,
discount. Like this was like back 2 years ago.
So obviously I was flapping
Back when you
already
had to
about
queue up at
doing
the
it.
till and that.
Yeah.
So, but then literally like 10 minutes before 2 o'clock, he texted me saying, actually meet us at 2. And I was like, oh. So obviously I got there like 10 minutes late, and he was outside with a Smithy's bag going, and I was like, as soon as I see him, I was like, it's gonna be something heavy. And it was just like bondage gear.
It was like Rocky Horror bondage selection.
That's an all
It was horrible, like it was horrible. Just like a little sort of see-through
Black corset
vest.
thing.
Yeah, and like the tights with like
like laces up.
Yeah. Like
Suspenders.
Greg will get a stiffy at this rate. We have to move on.
What do you will get? I love the way he did that on purpose, didn't he? You were never going to get an input into that decision-making process.
I think if I'd been on time, but honestly, as soon as I got outside Smithy's and he was there with the bag, I just thought he's got me something heavy. Like,
game over.
And then the second show I'd done, I couldn't make it until like just before the show. So you sent Lawton down. It was like the other dancer at the time, Sweaty Betty. So he went to Smithy's and just picked. And when I got there, he was like, "This is your dress now," and it was just a Tinkerbell dress. I've no idea why.
But to be fair, you'd probably take that over the bondage rig out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's my own now anyway. The bondage gear was horrible. Like, I mean, I was already nervous. Just putting that on just made it 10 times worse.
On a come down and all.
Yeah, I'd had my first ever pill the night before, like so.
Heavy, that is. Oh. Can you imagine?
First and last.
No, I have. No.
It's all coming out.
Sort of Frank.
Yeah.
Well, like,
you make me sound like an addict then, by the way.
have you got a performing arts background?
No.
A dancing, professional dancing background?
I used to dance in town when I had a drink. That was about it. I used to love it because I met Jonny through the quiz, and whenever he'd done an like the bonus rounds or the dance-offs at the end, I'd always get up. Like my mates who I went with would never ever get up, so it was always just me. Like it wasn't even a question who was going to do it. I think, did you just remember me from there or something?
Yeah. So when we were short a dancer, when the bingo started, it was just me and then Sweaty Betty, who was someone dressed up as an old woman that used to go get the books.
Yeah. Then
Sweaty Betty got injured, I think.
No, we went to a wedding.
Sweaty Betty went to a wedding, and my friend Keelan, another guy from Northern Ireland, he did Sweaty Betty's job in the grandmother outfit, but he's a class dancer, so he was doing like all these like mad dance moves, and I was like, maybe this could be like a thing. And I said to my business partner Josh, I was like, he needs to stay now, so we need to create a new character for him. And Josh was thinking, oh, I don't know if we can even afford to have two, and I was like, no, this is like a new element to it now. So we'll just keep Lawton. He's the Sweaty Betty, and you know he can do the books. And Keelan, who's Slutty Sue, did the dancing. And then that's when Slutty Sue broke his ankle on stage. He came off the stage on a space hopper. His whole ankle went like 360, then back again. So then we needed another dancer, and I think that was because I used to do the quiz. Did you ever go to that quiz?
The shipping forecast. Yeah.
Yeah. Like mad. Like he used to do all the bonus rounds, so I messaged you.
No, you'd put a status up. He put a status up saying like Slutty Sue's obviously out for a while. We need someone to replace him. And I was in work. I hadn't seen my phone for a couple of hours. And when I come out, I'd been tagged in loads of stuff on Facebook, and I had a message. And I was like thinking, why is Jonny Bongo messaged me? Like, so I opened it, and all people had tagged my name in this post saying like Cole Fraser should do it. And he messaged me and said, like, do you fancy having a go? And when I seen it all, I was like, oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And that's
the rest of history.
And a star was born.
Amazing.
So, the quiz. Is that where it all started? Was it
for doing events and things like that? Yeah, like came to Liverpool when I was about 18 with a girl I was seeing at the time who was at Lippa, and then went down to London and did like bar. I was just doing bar work and restaurant work, and then did a bit in London and came back and had a job in the shipping forecast, and I was one of the managers there, and we were looking to put events on. I thought, oh, I've put a few little quizzes together in a couple of different bars, so we'll do it. And the idea is like, because I love a pub quiz, but it just doing a bit more mad and a bit more throwing a bit more creative stuff and off the wall things. So I ended up doing the quiz. Then I got sacked from the shipping forecast, but they were like, well, can you fucking still stay and do this quiz? So like, because it was always really, really busy. And yeah, like I've no background in anything to do with entertainment or events, or everything's just sort of like fallen into it. And the quiz was going so well, and then that ended up getting me some DJ work, and got me some work on Juice, which is now Capital, and then that's where the whole bingo thing started, from the same vibe, taking something that's a bit like can be a bit boring and just going mad with it. So yeah, it's nuts.
So was the bingo deliberate? Did you sit down and think, what can we create, or how did it come about?
I'd been like toying with the idea of doing, because I'd done the quiz. I think it might have been going into like its 5th year, but like, and it was still busier as ever. They'd added like 2 years or 3 years in. They added. Were you ever in the shipping forecast when it was just one floor?
Nope.
No. So like we used to do it, and then they put the second floor in, and then that was full. But I wasn't getting bored with it. But it was just like, oh, I fancy actually. I'm really enjoying this, and I'd split up with my ex. Because she said get a proper job, and she wasn't having me doing like a quiz and doing like, so got divorced with her, and Yeah, so started coming up with like, okay, I'll do maybe something new. And I was toying with the idea of doing speed dating or bingo.
Yeah.
And my mate got in touch with me, who's a guy Josh. He was running Wax, which is like a club night. It's very like hipsterish, you know, like, and they were doing loads of shows, like club nights. And he was saying, I'm thinking of maybe putting an event together. So we toyed it about in like bingo, and that's where we started it. So we did the first one in the first ever night was 2014 maybe. We're like 4.5 years in, and it was just genuinely. I came up with like I had like the concept in my head, a bit like with the quiz. It still has to be a quiz, so it still has to be bingo. I think that's like one of the main things. I think that's why maybe the success of it is the fact that it's still bingo.
There's still a competitive element.
You're still playing bingo.
Down. Yeah.
Like one of the things we found, like doing it this long, is you get the odd like sort of copycat events that pop up, and although it's annoying, and they sort of fall by the wayside. And when I've looked into it more, they don't actually really play bingo. It's more just like tunes and a wee bit of a mess about. So the fact that it's still like you're still playing the game is, so that's what it was at the start, and then putting music into it and putting dance offs and rave, like, which was an element at the quiz, like a rave element every like 15-minute rave interval, and then it just took off.
That's a real compliment though, isn't it? Because I've seen people are putting events on, but also actual bingo halls that have been there for a long time. Big brands like Gala and stuff are putting Bongos Bingo, I think they're calling it. So that shows how much
we've like
Mecca, I think it is.
Oh, was it Mecca? Yeah,
Bonkers. Like when that first started, when we like first started it, I think all like the likes of Gala and Mecca, they all didn't really know what we were doing, and kind of just probably thought we were like cowboys and just sort of ruining the true traditional game. But over like jump 4 years on, we've got like a really good relationship with actually the gambling commission and all the bingo commission, and Josh actually went down and did did like a speech to the the bingo commission down in London. So, and they've even said themselves, like they're like, we just can't. We'll try and bring a new generation or a wider audience, and we're not really bothered too much about it.
Well, Gala brought us in a few weeks ago, didn't they? We done like a private show for their platinum members.
Yeah.
So they booked us to do their.
Yeah, we did a corporate gig down in London, which was weird. Like if you've been to so many Gala bingo nights, or online, you're like a platinum member, so they're going to put on a special event for you. But they just put us on, which was like.
And that's obviously they're used to like traditional old school bingo, and then use rock up.
So were they dancing on tables and throwing cocoa pops?
Yeah. It was a bit wild when we do like corporate stuff, and people don't know what to expect. And even when you bring like we did a piece with the One Show, which was class, and they brought like these two women down from what's the bingo hall?
Oh, the one on Lodge Lane.
The Pivy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they brought these like two. Like probably women in their 70s to come down and play, and we didn't really have much involvement in the filming of it, and we never like only got to see the end product when it was on on TV. Yeah. And at the end they take them outside and they ask them like what did you think? And when I was watching it, I was like, oh shit, what are they going to say? And they were like, we loved it. And I think that's maybe the fact that we were still able to play bingo, and it was all the other stuff.
It would have been it would have been easy to just lose the bingo, as you say, like the imitators did, and almost consider it like just a sideshow to what all the other bits.
Yeah.
But it's that competitive element as you get more bevied and like all the other mad stuff's going on. It keeps you going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because I'd never been to bingo before I went to Bongos.
Yeah. Because we always say it's mad, like the way like 1 minute we'll have like a 90s anthem on and everyone's going mental on tables, and literally stop the music, next number, and everyone's just straight down. And there's silence in the room, like you could hear a pin drop.
I'd love to see what psychologists would make it like a controlled study of like
what's going on in people's heads.
Yeah, and everyone's smashed, and then all of a sudden it's like shit, I might win something here. I've got to get my head down.
Yeah. It's good that you have retained that element as well, because especially once you started attracting huge guests like Khalees, it would have been easy to just sort of the bingo just gets swept aside a little bit.
No, I think it's
become a Khalees gig, like
exactly. Yeah.
Even with the acts and stuff. Like, it's brilliant, and we love putting different people on, but in the grand scheme of things, we've learnt that actually that it's just a bonus for people if someone's on at the end.
Yeah,
people are really there for the bingo and for and for the show now, because it has become a show. It's you know like we keep pushing it and pushing it. Like what else can we do? What you know with hiring like actual real like dancers, professional dancers to come in and do routines with us when we did the Christmas shows.
Yeah.
Like we did Bingo's the Word, like Grease inspired.
Yeah, I was there then. It was excellent. Yeah.
And we had like a set. We built like a set, and we had like 3 or 4 different like choreographed dance moves and stuff. It's nuts.
Do you get a bit like precious when the professionals come in, sort of like marky territory a bit?
Well, one of them's my girlfriend.
One of them's his girlfriend now.
Wow.
Not so much then.
He met her when they were doing Beauty and the Beast 2 years ago.
Bongo and the Beast.
Not soft, is
Bongo
he?
and the Beast.
Yeah.
No, but then he binned her off.
That's awkward.
Yeah. And then they rekindled their love for when the Grease was on. Hand jive.
It's like
They were doing the hand jive together. And it's a bit awkward now because when we were all like standing behind, you know, when she was doing it, I was like, oh, she's class. Nice. And now you're seeing it. Weird.
That's like Strictly, innit? When you get partnered up with someone.
That's what it was like, yeah.
Don't bring in a different dance troupe or anything like that because you'll be all over it.
Yeah.
We can't. We bought you as a present, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever had the tonic wine? A little sip of the
Never.
Have you never had
I
the
was asking
tonic?
Connor about
Have
this,
you had the
actually.
tonic?
I've heard many songs about
look
it.
at
You
that.
can
but
have.
I've never
You
had
can
it.
have the
Look at
first
that.
sip.
Is it what vintage is
You
it?
have to have it from the bottle.
You have to have it from the bottle. It's not a
the same
glass
otherwise.
drink.
Oh jeez.
It's Buckfast tonic wine. Absolutely, that's the staple drink of the bingo.
There's a first time for everything, isn't there?
Go ahead.
Bottoms up.
Yeah, good, big glug like.
There's a lot of caffeine in there, by the way.
Yeah, you don't have any
Nice,
condition.
that. That's all right, though.
Sounds.
I didn't think it'd be as sweet as that.
No, it's.
Oh yeah.
It's like a
He's a good
fortified.
actor, isn't he, Greg?
No, it's class. Get on it.
Got a fucking BAFTA for that, mate.
Go on.
You're going to give us the background of the wine, the winery and stuff.
Yeah, so it's
Chateau.
actually really popular in Northern Ireland and Scotland, and it's made in Devon in Buckfast Abbey. It's made by monks. Made by monks, drunk by drunks.
Yikes.
It's good, isn't it?
It's all right.
So it's got it's
Thank you very much.
it's 15%, and it's got it's well better than this Argentinian shite limited edition. 15%, and it has got 30 milligrams of caffeine per 100 milliliters. So it's the equivalent of 6. I think it's 6 tins of Red Bull in one bottle.
Jeez.
Gets us
Now
through
we
the
know how
show,
you
like.
get through those
Yeah.
nights.
When we're doing free on the bounce.
Yeah. That's it. People are like, you must always be off your head. And it's like, we don't do drugs, we just drink that.
It is drugs when you got that much
So-
caffeine. And
Yeah.
So do you,
but cheers, lads.
You
first-
cheers.
another
just keep
first.
passing it around, and then we've got like another 4 bottles that come out.
Cars are getting left outside.
so do you end up just getting fucked up for every show? Have you ever done a show sober?
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Well, when I started, you weren't drinking for a while. I remember you were driving to the lead shows that I was doing.
No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
The
Not your
first few
first
weeks.
couple of shows. Josh was driving because I remember
No.
you singing the whole way home
Yeah.
because you were so quiet the first time. I think because you were on your first come down, and we went to that restaurant before the show, and I was thinking he's like usually a good laugh when he comes to the quiz. I was like, he's gonna be fucking shit tonight. And then when he did he came on, and he did the first 2 games, and you were just sort of standing there and a bit nervous. And Leeds, when that was where you
Leeds
did
is
it.
rowdy.
Leeds is rowdy, really rowdy.
Just
student
students.
day.
Right.
So I was like, drink this. I think he gave you a bottle of like Blossom Hill,
Yeah, Echo Falls.
Echo Falls,
Fruity
and I was like,
Mountain.
just
Only the
do
best
it.
of
And
Slutty Susie.
he just necked the whole thing.
Oh, good lad.
And then game 3, the moves came out,
The sugar just hit you at the right time.
and yeah, and then the whole way home, because you'd said nothing on the way up there, and the whole way home you were singing. We've got these like
Chicken on a stick.
chicken on a stick. It was.
Stopped at the services.
Stop
not
the
starving.
services.
Oh,
and
not
he's
the
going,
ones
have you
in
had
the-
chicken
Oh,
on a
red
stick?
ones in the
And it's
packets.
like in
Yeah.
a packet.
Oh,
then, yeah.
no.
And then 2 hours, and then chicken on a stick, chicken on a stick, and then like chicken on a stick the whole way home. Class.
I mean, that got old by about like, I don't know, crew.
Yeah, but I love that shit.
But
Like,
then every next trip away, we just done it again.
yeah, I love like repetitive. Like when we do like maybe doing like a long trip back from Newcastle, and everyone's like bevied, and I've got to control the tunes. I'll put a song on, and then just Copacabana was the one last time.
Like
Put
13
Copacabana on,
times. Again.
6-minute song. Leave like 10 seconds.
That
and
was
then
on the way to the show.
boom, hit it again.
Again.
And I get into it, but I love like people's heads being like, "Fucking get Copacabana off."
Like when you think you're not going to play it anymore. That's
No,
ridiculous.
and then I trigger the dancers later on by playing it during the show.
The first song you
And they're like,
played.
"Ah," yeah, the first song.
Sinister shit, though.
Frothing and stuff on stage.
First song. I was like, "Ah,
This twisted sort of forced you.
Copacabana."
That's like,
Dance
that
boys.
could be an episode of Black Mirror or something.
I know.
You know.
Yeah. So are you? I'm a bit fixated with you, really, aren't I? It's like, are you a full-time?
It's because of the dress.
You're just thinking of that.
I've got
He doesn't wear the Rocky
You're
Horror.
going home with him, mate. You're going home with him tonight.
I only live over there, by the
like.
way. It's fine. Girlfriend won't mind. It's fine. We have an agreement. Are you a full-time slut then? Is it just that? That's you. Just,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No, you're not. Behind the scenes and all.
Oh yeah, well I do a bit off stage, so sort of manage like the dancers, like
yeah.
all the
I
calendar,
suppose
like,
what I mean is, do you work for Bongos Bingo full
yeah,
time?
yeah. So like all the dancers, I do like all the calendar. I decide which hosts and which dancers do which shows and stuff.
Right.
Which,
Yeah, so there's
Dance
how many
captain,
how
as
many
they say in
hosts
the
are
trade.
there?
well, there's 8 hosts now.
8 hosts.
Oh, there's
and
one doing his first show next weekend.
I'd feel
9 hosts, and how many dancers?
16 or 17, I think.
must be weird watching it without you hosting. I'm not saying I'm not trying to big it, but I've never seen it without you. So
Not really. I haven't.
do you
either,
audition
really.
them? That'd be weird.
It's a weird one. When we first started, I did it for like maybe a good 2 years, and I didn't want anyone else to do it really.
Yeah.
And then I was doing Manchester on a Tuesday, Leeds Wednesday, Liverpool Thursday, Newcastle Friday, London Saturday,
Right.
5 a week, and I was doing that for about close to a year, with the travel, and a couple of bottles of the tonic wine per night. And then I was like, I can't
Gonna
do
catch
this
up with you
anymore.
there.
Those were the days. Like
Those were the
I
days.
used to love it.
But it's like, and we need someone else to do it. And I was dead precious about it. I was like, only I can do it, and only people want to like it's. I've created it, so I
Yeah.
just. But then when it got to that point, so the first host was a guy I knew from like living in Liverpool, a guy called Mickey Ledridge, Mickey Pickles. He goes under, so he was the first host, and he did Leeds, did really well, and then because the demand, we were getting loads of venues coming to us. Like we've been in like a really good position where we don't really go out scouting venues. Venues usually come to us and we go, well, have you got? Is it this capacity? Is it this sound? We'll come and do a show there.
Amazing.
The best way to be, isn't it?
Oh, it's class. Like
Yeah.
and yeah. So then we got Mick, and then I can't remember who was Rich Furness.
No, Matt was second, I think.
Matt. So, but we just got a group of hosts, and one thing I've learned is it's the concept that people love. Obviously, the hosts have to be good, and it's always we've always picked people that we've either known or met, or like we did an audition process once where we said we're going to put out a job as a host. Can you send in a video? And like, I think a lot of people just think, oh, that's easy. And me and him sat through a lot of videos, like, and we didn't get anything out of it. There was some like potential. We met a few.
We've done like
people.
an X Factor thing.
We were like thinking we were X Factor.
They have to come round to your house.
You're coming through.
Sat like that on the couch.
All in white.
Drink a bottle of Buckfast in 30 seconds and then call some numbers out. That was kind of the thing. No, but it's always like we've found people that we know, and the product. We're lucky the product's good. I think one thing that I'm happy about is people kick off if I don't do it in Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
Which is because it's one of the main things is I think the success of it is one due to the fact that it started in Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
I think the connection, because there's a bit of an Irish connection here, big Irish connection.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And people have really taken to it from the start.
Yeah.
And I think like Scousers almost like if you hear people talking about it and going, oh, have you been to Bongos? And they go, oh, that started in Liverpool, I think people like there's
Proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people it's I would say it's a Liverpool brand. Do you know what I mean? And this is so I'm glad that because I've started and done all the shows here, like when we've had other hosts do it in Liverpool, it's not always gone down well. In fact, once I left a show 4 games in, I had a standby on me because my son was being born. So I was like, we've done 4 games, 2 games left, get the call, got to get up to the women's and do like this announcement. Yeah, it was a space theme, so I had the Stars track. I was like, right, I'm passing my captain's top, and I passed it on to Rich, who was standing by, and I like left it, I'd be like, goodbye, I was like, I'm going to be a dad, and like, left. And then the next day, someone like left a Facebook review being like, yeah, really good, and like, congratulations to Jonny and all, but not really sure about that host for the last hour, kind of not really happy, and maybe we want our money back. It's like, what?
For an hour, that's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cold. Like,
Especially when you go in the hospital, like for your son.
Yeah, congratulations on being a dad and all that.
Congratulations, really made up
Yeah,
and all
nice
being
one.
a dad. But he did actually leave early. So can we get a percentage of the money back? It's like,
It has to be. I mean, the brand is that strong now. It has to be the equivalent of going to a famous like chef's restaurant and expecting him to be there every single day.
Oh, yeah,
You
true.
can't.
Yeah.
It's not. You're still going to oversee it, aren't you? You know.
But that's what I want to do anyway. Like, I love going to do the other cities, and it's, you know, because every city is different regards to crowd, and doing it in different venues as well.
Yeah.
Like this, like we're actually doing Blackpool tomorrow. That's class in the Tower Ballroom. You
In
know,
the Tower
where they
as well.
where they do
Amazing.
Strictly.
It's amazing.
It's such a beautiful venue, like, and people in Blackpool are nuts.
Yeah.
So I do miss maybe going around as much, but then after I end up, say, sometimes I'll have to do 2 weeks where I'll do quite a lot of shows, and then after that I'm like, oh, I can't do that anymore. I just
Can
wanna
you cherry
stay.
pick, like, basically, you know, I'll do this, and then maybe I'll do this in the calendar.
Yeah. But one of the things as we try to do is put the hosts in. Like Mick, for example, I did Newcastle for about a year.
Yeah.
Newcastle and Liverpool are probably the most. Do you want? What are you on here? Are you on the?
He's on both.
We'll just have both.
Yeah, both, innit?
See, like, that twinge of disloyalty then. Like,
Well, I wouldn't have the Buckfast at the glass anyway, so...
There you go, brother. Yeah, we did Newcastle and Liverpool would probably be the most
Yeah.
similar in audience and the demand. The
Yeah, I
demand
can
for the
imagine that,
tickets in
yeah.
Newcastle is just exactly the same as
You
Liverpool.
just stuck with that now.
That's what you drink now
well, lucky lad. I mean, enjoy.
on Bucket. But Mick, who does Newcastle now, if I turned up and did a Newcastle show, people would be like, who the fuck's this?
Yeah.
No.
Because
way.
he's done
Yeah.
it for 2 years. We
Yeah,
want the other
it's
hosts
kind of-
to like almost
yeah.
have.
Build what you built in Liverpool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
No, well, I think luckily though you've got. I think when you go and say I'm Jonny Bongo, they'd like go. I think they get who you were. But I mean, I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
Because they're so used to Mick, like they sort of go, and to see Mick. And if it wasn't Mick, they
Yeah.
might be a bit gutted because sort of they've been before and seen
Yeah.
him.
So it's good casting, and then the concept, it just shows again the strength of the concept, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What was your first foreign, like, abroad one?
that's a good question. Where's the first show we did abroad?
I think it was Australia.
Was it? I think it was
I
Australia.
should do. I should do.
Jeez.
Why not?
Nipped over there, yeah. Did a
Did we
quick
do
show.
Ibiza before that?
No, I think so.
That first run?
I think it was Australia. We came back and then started Ibiza. Definitely.
Yeah. Australia then? Tour of Australia? 6 or 7 shows we did.
Is this like
Yeah.
like an expat thing, like Scousers out there, and word gets
I think-
around and Facebook and
There was a lot of Scousers, remember
Yeah.
in Sydney. You like said
I
any
went to-
Scousers half the
Yeah, there's
room was
lots
like,
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
just before the show, I was like in the bogs and just like in Sydney Town Hall or whatever it was, and just in the bogs, all you could hear was just like, "Alright, fella, what's going on?" And it's just like, "Whoa, it's
mad,
like,
isn't it?
Yeah,
For
it's
a
There's
re-
lots of tradesmen out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like bricklayers,
Yeah,
and
it's
tile,
like
roofers.
the West Coast is loads, but for
Yeah,
such
yeah.
like for a relatively small city, we get around, don't we?
Well, it's like when we put our posts out on Facebook or doing it somewhere new, you see everyone tagging people that they know from that area.
Right,
So obviously
that's
when
what-
we done it, there's all the Scousers were tagging like family members or mates that they've got in Australia, and they obviously all just bought tickets, sort of thing.
Mad how that
So,
works, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think as well with Australia is that even just Aussies, that we thought the show would go down well there because it's the same sort of sense of humour,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and again the amount of expats out.
Yeah.
Like most of our marketing is all word of mouth or Facebook, but word of mouth's a big one. But for doing a tour, yeah, because we organised, how many shows did we do? Did we 5 cities? 2 in Sydney, 2 in Melbourne,
We only
Brisbane.
done 3, I think,
and-
didn't we?
Oh, maybe did 6 shows then, 2 in each.
Yeah.
But that was a mad experience. Like
And did you have to tweak it at all?
No.
no,
Exactly
Not
the
at all.
same, and it
all
was
we played was Man at Work,
Was-
Land Down.
yeah.
No, what's it called? Man at Work.
Land
Land
Down
Down Under.
Under.
Just
Yeah,
played that. That's the only change to the show.
The thing is, like, it's almost like if you take that a show to someone, it's a bit like, oh,
You're
we
pat-
get this all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
You're giving them a unique experience, aren't
yeah,
you?
yeah. It's like sort of if we went to Newcastle, we're just playing like sort of like Geordie songs like
Fog on the Time
and all that.
and
They're a
what
bit
else?
like, oh, we hear this
What
every
other
day.
Geordie
yeah.
songs?
Jimmy Nail.
Jimmy Nail.
Crocodile shoes.
Yeah,
Oh, I
and
thought-
Fog on the Time.
I thought we were going to say Adam Johnson
The fir-
16, but...
No, Adam Johnson 15 it was. We
Oh,
did that in
15,
Newcastle.
sorry.
That went off.
15, yeah.
To go up, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Of course it did.
Adam Johnson
Magpies, aren't they?
1 and 5. Adam Johnson 15. It's just like
You know,
yeah. I
how to
think
play
when
an
the
audience.
first time we did Blackpool, the first song I played was an organ version of like do you.
Oh, we do it to go to the seaside.
We do like to be beside the seaside. and I was expecting everyone to be like, fucking get in, but it was just like. And then since going back, I've realised that song's just on loop outside of the Blackpool Tower. It's just on loop. So I think when you pander, it's a bit of a mix. You obviously want to do like a little nod, like if you go to Glasgow and you play Jerry Cinnamon or you know that. But I think it's like if you go to Australia and do like, we're going to give away an inflatable crocodile and a hat with corks in it and stuff.
They'd just be like, oh.
Jerry Cinnamon makes me feel old, you know, because he's just come out of nowhere, and it's just like. Yeah, it's all right. Like he's okay. He's game fella, sound, a few little good acoustic sort of anthems, but
he's just really like that.
Has he just reinvented the wheel?
I think he's just really authentic because he sings in that strong Glasgow accent. Sometimes you get bands, don't you, that you like, and then you hear them or you see them on TV doing an interview, and you're surprised by their accent. Whereas I think what makes him unique is the fact that he does it in that.
He's not the first person to sing in his accent, is he?
That tune Belter. Have you seen the video of him doing it
at
the Tea in the Park or whatever it's called now? Amazing, like unbelievable.
That's what I mean. Like the support.
I went to see him in Mountford Hall because he's doing the Echo.
Is he?
Yeah.
The tickets on sale tomorrow.
Don't they? Massive in Liverpool, like
But like it's a bit like the guy that does. He's almost got like a bit of a like football-y, that kind of vibe to it. Because all his songs, like on the album, like his slow songs. He's got like a few like quite slow, nice sort of like but when he does them live, it's all just fucking sped up again. Just so the whole night, like the crowd was going absolutely mental. It's a bit like that kid that sings all the Liverpool songs.
I was about to say that's kind of like
just
that,
him.
But that's like getting.
No, but you know what I mean. It's that style. That's
no name. You know, the horse one.
No,
all the Liverpool hipsters love it.
No,
he's just he's the guy.
He's always follows them around the Champions League games.
Like every time Liverpool win a match, he's there.
Jamie something. Anyway, it's just like it's Britpop type thing, isn't it? Where like the footy element and
it's
the
just
music
that, like everyone was going.
Again.
Like we ended up going up on the balcony and sort of staying out of the way and watching the crowd. It was fucking mental. Pints of piss everywhere, just
Fair play to him, like.
Right. But no, he's selling out. He'll probably sell it out because he was doing. The Choral are supporting him. Yeah. He was supporting the Choral last year, and now they're supporting him in the Echo. But if you look at the places he's doing like Belfast, Glasgow, Liverpool. I don't think he's doing any like Leeds. It's more of that kind of like
big city lads. Yeah.
So do I like him?
Yeah, no, I'm not knocking him.
No, you don't get him, like, and you're not into him, like, it's fine, like. don't worry about it.
Jerry, if the very unlikely chance that you listen to this, like, you can knock a tune out, mate. No offence. Anyway,
so you're in Ibiza this summer with the residency at Ibiza Rocks.
It's class.
It's a pool party, and it's 2 till 9 or something.
So what the doors open at 2. We've been going on a
4 or 5.
4 to 5, and then like so our time ends at 9, but we normally come off a bit before that sort of thing. Like they have a resident DJ who comes on, sort of finishes off for us just to slow it down.
Yeah.
Because obviously we can't go for that long.
We did it last year. The first year we did it probably then after we came back from Australia. We did a few shows in Ibiza Rocks bar.
Yeah.
Just like on the strip, like small, couple hundred people, like just sort of messing about. And then last year we did Eden in San Antonio, which I was like shit myself about doing a show in a nightclub in Ibiza. And the show didn't start till 11.
No, 10. We went on 10.
10?
Yeah.
But I was thinking, this is going to be nuts. Everyone's going to be like...
just off the bonnet.
Off the bar. And it wasn't like that at all. People were genuinely
it was class.
Playing
People were well into the bingo.
And well into the bingo and well into just doing something different.
Yeah.
I think the problem was, like, the nights were brilliant and we had some really big ones, but there's so much competition on... and like...
Oh, yeah. So, like, there's big events going on every night there at the same time sort of thing. So like sometimes we'd be up against like Carl Cox and it was like obviously people who are there they can, if they've gone on holiday there especially, they could come and see us anywhere over here, whereas like you don't get to see Carl Cox on Ibiza kind of thing because people were sort of like veering towards there and towards sort of thing.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing like they're not doing weeks in Ibiza anymore, they're doing 3 nights, 4 nights.
Yeah.
So exactly. they want to make sure they
so
see people who can't see.
The thing with the pool party is brilliant this year. Again, I was worried because a lot of all our shows are at night, or they're in a venue where there's no sunlight, so you really get like lights and production, and so I think in the daytime it's going to be a bit weird. But we've done 4 now, and they've been received so well, and that venue is like it's a really well respected venue. It's the only kind of place that's doing pool parties in the sense that they're a bit of a laugh. Like one thing, a lot like, because I was a little bit worried about, because I'd never been really to Ibiza or been big into like going to like nightclubs since years ago. But I kind of thought that, you know, us, because we're a cheesy night, like we're not afraid, like it's a cheesy mad night. So I kind of thought you get a lot of like heads going, oh fucking hell, what's this? Like Ibiza's gone like downhill. But when I was like speaking to the owner of Ibiza Rocks, and he was like, listen, Ibiza hasn't been like that for like 20 years. It's all very much
commercial.
Get a booth, They still have all the big DJs, but it's not in a warehouse or in a club where everyone's just on the same level. It's all very... And I think people are just going out there looking, and we're like a different experience.
I think we're the escape of like sort of the house music, because you get that everywhere kind of thing. And like I suppose especially for the workers, if they're there all year, and that's all that there is going on everywhere. Actually, we're there now, so we get like you come to us and we're like a completely different sort of.
And it's also something to do in the day. That's the thing. There's not much. What do? You go to the beach or sit by the pool, or you know, go on a banana boat. But the fact that it's like a day party, and it's gone down really well, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably end up hopefully doing that in that venue for the next couple of years.
Do you not look at that though? Like I had a look at Ibiza Rocks schedule. Monday MK, Tuesday Craig David, Wednesday Bongos Bingo. Do you not look at that stuff and think,
like,
look at me, we've smashed it here.
It's nuts, and it's really surreal almost, because when we went over and to do the launch, and I don't know if I was with you, but I was walking with Callum, Horny Heidi, and we just went to another bar to just get away from it, and like there's like 30 people outside like promoting, all in Bongos Bingo tops. Even the guys that are like selling sunglasses and cat spoons are wearing Bongos Bingo tops, and it's too, for me it's too, like, I know it's not like fucking massive, like, oh, we've smashed it, but it's a bit surreal. Like I sometimes I kind of go, that's mad. Like
Surreal sums it up, doesn't it?
Surreal, yeah. Especially when it's not like in UK, you're on Ibiza and everyone's just walking about promoting, do you want to come to Bongos Bingo? And it's like, that's mad.
Yeah. But that's
and again, like you're saying, like that lineup, like seeing when I don't think we've ever been treated like we got treated in Ibiza Rocks on the launch. Like we were like all the security, all the staff, the green room, everything. Like we got walked to the stage, like through the back of the hotel, like through the laundry to come up under the stage, and like we've got a guy like with us all the time. Anytime you took a sip of water, new bottle of water, towels, and it's like,
yeah, it was class.
What was on your rider?
Bottle of Buckfast, bottle of talc, load of Rennies.
Do you have to ask?
That's it, mate. As long as the balls have got the talc, fuck the heartburn, and then you've got your bucky and fruit cider. But that's that kind of, when we were in the green room, and the whole fucking thing is like covered in all the people that have played there, and like Stormzy and Lady, there's just loads, and I'm just like Jonny Bongo, like quite small. I done a
little Slutty Susie as well.
Maybe next year we'll make our font bigger. But it's nuts, it's class, and it's really like, it's surreal.
It must be a bit like being in a band or being a DJ, or because it's a similar sort of the touring schedule now at least.
Yeah.
And then obviously like the sort of one night, one city, move on, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think it's weird to say, like, I don't mean to sound like sort of like obnoxious when I say it, but it's a bit like sometimes when on the road I'm thinking must be like what it's like to be a rock star. You're just on the road. You do
really
your show.
Obnoxious.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I meant.
No, but at the end though, and everyone's just like going mental for you.
You're going to start wearing sunglasses indoors, mate. I can tell.
No, I'm not quite at that level.
You're just going to pick up that guitar there and just bust out I am a belter. This one's about me.
Right, I'm getting off.
No, but it is. It's surreal. Sometimes, and when you do, even like last week, like the amount of shows that we're doing, I think sometimes people don't realise what's going on outside of Liverpool. Like, we maybe do about 20 shows a week around the UK, at least sometimes.
Whoa, I didn't realise it was that scale.
Yeah,
I think it's more than that.
It's the teams are like there's a fucking warehouse where the buses will come in, all the prizes. Our warehouse manager does. He loads everything up, and there's like a fleet that goes out. Everything always is from pretty much everything's in house from Liverpool.
Yeah.
There's like close to maybe 60, 70, 80 staff, I don't know.
But all the hosts and dancers as well travel from here. We have one team down south who do like the southern shows like London. Everyone else around the country, everyone all travels from Liverpool and then back to Liverpool.
It's a fucking insane. It's just like stepping back a sec, right? It's fucking insane. We've just been talking about like MK, Craig David, Stormzy, Carl Cox. This is bingo. Like 6 years ago, it was fucking bingo. Like it was played by over 60s, and bingo balls that stunk of sick and ciggies. It's fucking bingo, and this is, you guys have done it. Like, you created it into this sort of, I'm not going to say it's cool because you admit it's a cheesy night, but to get the success you've had is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Nice one.
Yeah, class.
Yeah, well done, boys.
He didn't actually create it.
No wonder people are trying to steal it.
He just started it.
It only started going.
Once you came in, then that's
not what I mean. But I mean, like, it's still sort of being like quite like a sort of, it wasn't as much of a show. When I started, that's when it started turning into like a big production kind of thing.
That's what happened when Slutty Sue came back, the one that broke his leg.
Oh yeah, because Sweaty Betty
fell off a 7-foot stage in Albert Hall, dressed as Mr. Blobby. So
And
the one that was Sweaty Betty, the
it.
one that can't really dance, he like injured himself, which means Slutty Sue had just got the pins out of his leg, came out of retirement,
but
and
everyone,
then them two were together.
But everyone had said, because I'd replaced Slutty Sue as like the kind of dancing one, and everyone who worked for us was like, it'll never work with the two of yous. You'll just like sort of clash and you'll like be overshadowing each other. And we'd done one show together, and I remember after the show, obviously we were all a bit pissed, like, and he turned to us and was like, "You do every show together now."
This is it, routines, everything. So that's where it became more, I think.
So where is the original Slutty Sue?
Slutty Sue's an office head now.
He's just office now.
Right, he's moved into
office. He does.
Yeah, power suit.
He's gone onto the board now.
He was the one that sorted out, because we just went to Australia again a couple of weeks ago.
He started that though when he broke his leg, obviously, because he still needed to be employed by us, so he started doing all kinds of stuff, didn't he? And then when he came back on stage, he was doing that alongside it. But then as we got a bit bigger, there was too much for him to do. So the thing to juggle that and the shows as well. So that's when Horny Hardy been doing shows with one of the other hosts, and then we just took him. Put him in Liverpool.
Does every local version have a Slutty Susie and a Horny Hardy, or do they have like their own version?
Some of the cities that we do pretty much weekly, they'll have like Mickey Pickles. Who does he have?
Well, so he has like a sort of mix at the minute, like between there's Thirsty Fellmare, Kinky Carol, Dirty Daisy, Naughty Nicky. Newcastle,
it's like really shite, the Seven Dwarfs or something like that.
They sort of rotate around Newcastle, and then
it is funny though, even with the dancers, like no one's got a dance background. No one's like,
I won't take anyone on who has a dance background.
Yeah,
because I hire the dancers as well, and I choose who gets to be a dancer. And someone like say, "Oh, I've got a mate there who's been asking," and the first question I say is like, "Have they got
just
like,
wouldn't look right, would it?"
No,
I think it would just It's not about being a good dancer. It's just about having a laugh.
They're banging out street dance moves.
I think most of our job as well, like we're sort of hype men for the crowd.
That's what it is. It's more people are watching going, not like, okay, you'll put like good moves together and dance, but people are kind of watching going, oh, they're having a fucking laugh, so we're having a laugh. Whereas it's not, we had one guy that was just like an amazing dancer. He got recruited from, have you ever been in Cooper's?
Yeah.
You know Little
the karaoke
Cooper's?
one?
Yeah, it's my favourite bar in the whole world. Lecky Legs has done a show though.
We got him on a show,
when Legs 11 came out, Lecky Legs 11, it was in the height of his the height of his viral stuff. Yeah, he came out, smashed it. In fact, that's what he said. I smashed it.
Yeah, he did say that.
But we got this guy from Cooper's who was like the best dancer I've ever seen. He was from Trinidad, and could put his legs.
Well, I remember
he could have you on his shoulders and put his one leg
up. We've done
up.
that with Lawton, I think.
No way.
Yeah.
So he was carrying you, and then he was on
dancing.
one leg.
He was carrying Sweaty Betty on his shoulders and pulled his leg up like straight above his head as well.
But I think it almost sort of meant whoever was dancing with him sort of had to kind of stand at the side and just watch all these mad routines. And it's like, it's not about like people just watching you. Yeah. It's just about.
And obviously we're like sort of like average kind of body. Like no one looks amazing, and he was ripped. Like, so I remember doing a show with him and just being like, like, what's going on?
And next week he got pushed off he got injured in the warm-up. I don't know what happened.
He got pushed in front of a confetti cannon.
That's got to be part of the appeal, though, that your normal lads having a laugh.
Yeah.
I think if you became too choreographed and started getting really polished dancers with polished physiques, rather than people joining in on the tables, they might be more inclined to sort of sit there and watch.
But then,
I'll say you said no need. It wouldn't work if I'm like absolutely ripped.
No, it wouldn't work.
If I lose this gun, no one's even going to fucking come anymore. I come for this.
But since
stripes make it worse.
Since Horny Hardy started, I like had my own little routines I do for certain songs, and literally within 2 shows, Horny Hardy had all my ones down to a T. So there's a few that we do together now, which obviously must look good, like us doing moves at the same time. But you catch people in the crowd sort of trying to copy us as well, and they're a bit like,
yeah.
So it doesn't even like ruin it that much, like having the routines. But
but they're not. They're routine. They're like routines. Like they're not like.
Oh yeah, I mean, like it's just.
They're not like diversity. Like behind each other. Like breathe. They're just like.
I feel like I'm a member of diversity when we're doing it.
They're like 5, 6, 7, 8.
You guys must be approaching the status of, sort of getting offered reality TV shows, stuff like that.
No.
Are you hitting there? You getting asked to open any Iceland?
No.
Anything like that?
Johnny wanted to try and get me on Love Island, but then
I wanted to get him on Love Island.
I actually got approached to go on first dates, literally just as I started seeing my girlfriend, and she was like, I said for the business though, and she was like, no.
Purely for the business.
It was the first
research purposes.
It was the first Dates Hotel one as well.
Oh yeah. A little holiday away.
I got married on Don't Tell the Bride, so I've already been in that reality life. Yeah, when I was like 22.
Yeah.
Oh, the first
pre Bongo.
Oh yeah, well pre Bongo, yeah. Series 3. It's only like 24 and 14 stone class. 3 earrings and 3 earrings and an eyebrow piercing I've got as well.
And a tribal tattoo.
I did had a tribal tattoo under there.
Well.
Under there. Yeah. Class.
Is that when you were living in London?
Yeah. And got married in Ireland. Good crack. But we don't want to talk about her now.
That's that one.
That's the one that got the divorce. Divorced at 26. No, I'm with a Scouser from the Swan.
Right.
Upgrades, huge upgrades.
Stony Croft.
Yeah, nice.
I bet she makes you say Stony Croft.
Yeah, Stony Croft.
Yeah. Or her mum does.
Stony Croft it is.
not
And we've got a wee
Swan.
baby now. He's going to have a Scouse accent.
Will he, or will he have like a hybrid thing?
No, he'll have a Scouse. Sure, he's from Belfast and listen to his.
Well, yeah, true enough.
I think I remember vaguely though when I was like 3, 4, I did have like a Belfast twang.
When you were here?
Yeah, just
when you
saying
moved
like
over?
I used to say like the cars and stuff like that.
The Cars?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the band, The Cores? Or
Possibly, yeah. My mum was a fan.
I love The Cars.
The cars, yeah.
You know the business side of it, right? Because obviously what we're talking about here is just like, it sounds like it's just expanded accidentally, but it has to an extent. But then at the same time, now you're just like, the original Slutty Sue's like doing it. Have you just learned that as you've gone along?
I have nothing. I have no idea about the business at all. Like
Like the
genuinely,
marketing and stuff like that.
That's why it's worked so well. Is because me and my business partner Josh.
Yeah.
He is the one behind the scenes. He's the one running the office. Like, because there's like a fucking finance department and loads of.
There must be.
No, there's a full like office.
But we went for
I
so
just don't
long.
go
Though.
in.
We went for so long for like there was about 10 of us max for ages.
Yeah, and then we went up to like something. I
Yeah.
think there would be.
And I think we realised that it was mental to just like try and do what we were doing with 10 staff, like, and it like sort of expanded quite quickly.
But that's all him, and I think that's another reason why. Because I didn't even want to leave Liverpool when he was the one that was like, why do there's other venues or other venues are asking us to come, other venues are asking us to come, and I'm like, I'll do the quiz on a Monday, bingo on a Thursday, I'm signed. He's like, no, let's try it, and I'm like, they won't even like it in Manchester, and it's like, let's try it. So definitely, it wouldn't be anywhere where it is without him. But it's kind of funny because like I would never really want to be in the office, and he'd never ever want to be on stage. Like that's why he's here, because he wouldn't really come and talk. He's like a little hermit. He's just business mind.
Was he your mate then, like when you started?
Yeah, I knew him from around Liverpool and just on the scene, and so I'd worked with him before on different events as well. So yeah, good guy.
And because
can I pour a little bit of Buckfast on the floor for him since he's not here? Like for a fallen
homies
to
homie.
remember him.
Yeah.
The Echo did a piece, didn't they, about Bongos Bingo or hiring? And it was like, it brought it home to a lot of people that is like, as well as this amazing night you go to and have a laugh, it's also now this genuinely growing, thriving, multinational business. Like, I think it raised a few eyebrows at, didn't it?
Yeah, I think, again, a lot of people probably don't realise what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I think for a show in itself, like, sometimes it probably just looks like we're just having a laugh. And what we are, but what goes into a show, and like even the fact now that there's a gallery up where you've got a sound engineer, a lighting engineer, a visual engineer, pyrotechnics, like all the stuff behind the scenes. The shows flow so well now, but it's all because there's like a team behind us making it like go like that. Like, I think people still assume that I probably do like the social media, but there's like a team of like 29 people doing it or something.
We get people like message the Facebook page like, "Hi Johnny, like what's going on this weekend?" And it's like, well, it's obviously not Johnny answering the messages on the Facebook page. Like,
just bathing the wee man now. Just be back in a second, mate.
Just be back in a second.
Your Insta's become like a brand of its own now.
I'm enjoying the Insta.
The story's a good comedy value. Like,
yeah, I liked it.
Little fella gets a good outing, doesn't he?
Wee man's good.
Yeah.
Wee man's good. Yeah. No, I don't.
He's like the silent foil to you, isn't he? Straight man.
As soon as he starts talking, he'll be out then. That's it.
Has he perfected the hi guys? Yeah.
No, he hasn't got that down. Hey, you should get her on. She's class. That's where that comes from.
Who?
Hi guys.
Who's that?
Oh,
The Insta girl.
you're in for a treat.
No, you know.
Get her in.
Who?
Instagram?
Danielle Allen.
No.
She's the inventor of the hi guys.
I thought the hi guys just came from everyone having a YouTube channel now.
No, it's from
Every one of her videos, this girl starts with hi. She's always in a car.
She's from. Did you see that program that was like, I don't need a man when I've got a spray tan?
Yeah. Well, I saw the publicity around it.
She's on that. Okay. Every video. Hi guys. Every single video. Oh, maybe not that one. And not that one, so maybe something more. I'm gonna go for one more.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Yeah, she's my inspiration. I love her. Get her on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's smashed.
She's a blogger from Knowsley.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where she's from.
A blogger.
A vlogger from Knowsley.
Oh, vlogger. Right. Okay.
And a social media influencer and stuff. Does all like the face peels and
What's that stuff? Herbalife.
Herbalife. Get you on that.
Juice Plus.
Juice Plus. The juice heads.
You know, social media and that, yeah, like a lot of, not necessarily DJs, but like certainly rock stars and stuff like that, they must be getting frustrated because people live the life through the phones. Now, that's one thing I've noticed at Bongos. People aren't on the phones. Like, they might be taking a quick pic, but they're not sort of filming the whole gig because there's so much involvement.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I think that's an appeal, because when something's like that, it becomes a complete escape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's immersive and it's a compliment.
It's immersive,
I think one of the the way the show's been tailored now is like it used to go on for, like maybe it would almost be 4 hours. It would go on sometimes, and it would, but because I'd probably want to try and get as much in and do as much stuff. And one thing I've sort of learned is less is more. And I think that the way the show is now is so much is going on that you don't even have a second to really take it in.
Yeah.
So like, you know, there's you're winning a prize, bingo's on, there's a tune on, and there's like, you know, I used to like let music play for ages, and now you just like little snippets. And I think that's probably a reason people don't even having a chance, because by the time you get your phone out to take a video of a prize, then it's bingo and it's a tune.
Sensory overload.
It's
I think
weird
that's it.
because I always like think I look on Instagram a lot, like to try and like find like decent pictures of myself and stuff. but like just like videos of like funny things. Like
I thought you were going to try and spin that like another way.
No.
I love the honesty.
Like at Christmas, I drove the mobility scooter off stage, absolutely smashed. Like something that like obviously is quite dangerous.
Yeah.
And I thought like that would be amazing if someone's got a video of that. And I thought there's 900 people in this room, someone's got a video of it. No one, not one
He
single.
drove it
person.
off stage and landed it as well.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
He went off the mobility because I
no,
just
it didn't, because there was like a big group of people at the front of the stage, and as I was going, a bit smashed like, and for some reason it just kept going, and I was thinking this is going off the stage.
It'd be your foot on the pedal will probably.
I know. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was like trying to show off, like thinking it was like off, and then there's a big crowd of people, so I jumped out of it, thinking I'm gonna have to push these people out the way. He's gonna hit them. Jumped out of the seat, pushed them out the way, and sort of think I'm just gonna have to take this so it doesn't like hit someone else. I thought it was gonna hit me in the back. After a few seconds, I was like, look, it was just there. So I just got on it and just drove it off like that. And he said that like he could see me, looked down on the laptop, and when he looked back, he could just see me like
driving along the front. I was like, how's he done? How's he done that?
Unbreakable or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was thinking though, if there's a picture, like a video of that somewhere, there's got to be a video of it on social media. That'll be amazing. And there was none.
So
like
just
it shows that's what I mean.
right?
Yeah. Like no one's even doing it.
The one time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because there's not much
really
going on stage.
Are you mental?
No, like when we went to Spice Girls and everyone's like phones out.
No, honestly, I think there's a lot in that. You look at any crowd pick, or you stand there in a gig yourself. You went to Spice Girls the other week, didn't you?
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
People,
class.
No, there isn't. My wife went. I didn't go, for the record. But if you look around you want to be in the moment, don't you? And everybody else is on the phones. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. You know, you look at the success. I think that escapism, you know, must be great. And people, even if it's completely subconscious, people go there and they're like, oh, Bongos was so good last night. You know,
no, you might have you've a good point there. I've never actually thought of it.
I think it's good though as well, yeah, because like sort of when you see people say, oh, you need to go to this, like you see it like on all social media, and they say, oh, what is it? No one ever like sort of says, oh, look at this video. They always just say you need to go.
Yeah,
The only times that you'll see Instagram stories like during the rave, I suppose.
Yeah. Always just always on the rave.
Yeah, because actually, I'll usually pull someone up if I see someone on their phone.
Yeah.
During it, I've never really.
Because we get like the
that.
odd person.
You'll see someone maybe at the
FaceTiming.
front, or FaceTiming, or
like, and then putting us on it, going
like
And he's like, "What are you doing?"
Fuck off.
You've had a few famous faces as well, haven't you? You got Jamie Carragher on stage in Liverpool.
Yeah,
You've
he's coming again next week.
Is he?
Nope. Tonight.
Carragher's coming tonight.
Next week's now. Next week is now.
Didn't you have
Is he coming tonight?
Didn't you have Kyle Walker doing a dance on stage?
Yeah, Kyle Walker got in trouble.
Yeah.
Got in trouble for it?
Yeah.
By
it
his
was-
missus.
By his
Yeah.
missus.
Well, didn't he
Also the
fuck
club.
up? Didn't he fuck up at the match? Like the
The
couple of
next
days
day.
later.
The next day, you give away a penalty. Yeah, no, we got as bird.
But it was his bird that got in touch.
He was at, to be
Take
fair,
that.
they're not,
Take that down.
Yeah.
they're not allowed out the night before. That's heavy, that like.
Especially
then-
to get on stage and do the worm.
Yeah.
But Carragher's been a couple of times, and I'm a blue, like, but
Yeah.
Well, we
he's
had
good crack.
Jordan
He's
Pickford
alright, isn't he?
come to a show up in Newcastle.
Jordan Pickford didn't knock anyone out.
He went in
No,
Newcastle. He was brave there, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Bloody
went,
what?
actually. And
He went what?
Pickford went in Newcastle.
Yeah.
He was trying to get a queue bump. It was one of his mates
Yeah,
from
yeah.
and said, "Listen, can you get Jordan?" Because they're giving him a bit of stick in the queue.
And I said, I remember saying to you, say no,
Say
because
no, yeah.
if he gets a queue, because he's Sunderland, isn't he? If he gets a queue
Make it
jump,
worse.
you make it
Make it
worse,
even
yeah.
worse.
Legend though. I remember grabbing as well at the end of the show, like going, "Hey, you better not be drinking. We got a show. Have we got a match on Saturday?" And he was like, "We're out the cup." And I was like,
yeah.
Did you feel like
It's
a
a cup
shit
weekend. I was like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, of course we
I
are.
think I just erased it out the memory, like.
Yeah, it's like, Everton's number one. He's like, and England's number one. He was smashed.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he's a good lad, though.
He looks good fun, him though.
Oh,
is good
he's
fun.
class.
He looks good
He's
fun.
sound.
We've become quite friendly with him now.
Yeah.
Now that we're
Yeah.
now at the match and all.
Got us to do his
nice.
baby
We
shower.
got asked to do his baby shower. We said, no way.
What?
No, he said no way. No, you were away.
I was away somewhere.
And then
For
didn't he
the
say-
story,
Oh.
I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
forget it.
And then he asked,
We might
he
be
asked
doing his
you
wedding.
if I could do something on my own. So he asked me, and I was like, "What would I do on my own? Like,
Just dance.
just stick the dress on and just run around." Like, I'm not PG enough for the baby shower.
Everyone's
anyway.
imagining what you would do at a baby shower on your own. It's just
Fair,
that's
fair
wrong.
play though, when
That's-
because Carragher got the first time. What did he do the first time? Was he just? Did he get on stage? No, the first time was the video that went viral of you. It was I was videoing Carragher because I knew what you were going to do, and he took his dress off and got bollico.
No, but I had
Fully bollico?
I had me stocking. Yes, that happens.
So you had your stocking over your
I had
dick,
me
did you?
stocking over me dick. Yeah.
But the video was.
like that and ripped it off me.
But I've got the video is just fucking Cara's reaction. He's just like drinking and he just goes.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
And then
that
the
why
next-
then? I didn't know. What
Yeah,
the
so that was the
context of it.
first. Yeah, he's
Right.
seen his
So he's
dick.
just being two veg like flying
Yeah,
out.
and skin, a lot of skin, excess skin, weird. But the second time he got up,
For fuck's sake.
it's just weird. I don't know who it was saying. I think it might have been you or someone said after, like, how'd you just get people to
Yeah,
do
well,
stuff? It's like you're fucking
I
doing
was
like
like, I couldn't
Darren Brown because he got up and I'm like, yeah, and now do the worm, Jim, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, sorry, and he's like doing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
worm on stage.
Because he was here with the boxers that night.
Oh, the Smiths.
Yeah. I think it was
yeah.
Callum Smith was there.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't think he was drinking, and he was like
Yeah.
dead, like sort of like chilled out, sort of enjoying it. And Carragher was just like going wild, like at the front of the stage.
Oh, that's good crack.
He's
Like.
retired. You're entitled to enjoy it now, isn't
He
he?
loves it though. But I
Yeah.
went for the bevy with him afterwards as well, and he was just like, "Oh, it's amazing what he's doing," and that. And I was like, "Oh,
Do you know what? Like, obviously, I think we're all blues here, aren't we?
I hope so."
I same with Gary Neville. I didn't like either of them as players, but Carragher is just great value, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
as a pundit,
sound.
him and Neville, and some of the banter they have together as well is boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
They are good on telly together.
But he goes for it. Like you think sometimes, like when Carragher knows
Yeah,
he's
people
retired,
would be. Yeah.
you'd sort of be a bit like,
Yeah.
but he's just fucking having it.
Yeah.
I was like watching it, like he was at the front. He's got like a can of Red Stripe and a glow stick, and he's like drinking from the glow stick like that. I'm like,
But it's like a lot, like sort of thing that me and Honey Hardy doing at the front is like sort of like if people stand up at the front and all that, we're like telling them to fuck off and like get out the way, go and sit in your seat, like people trying to watch the show. He was at the front for a while with his mates, and we were saying it to him, and he was like going, "Fuck off, back to us." And we were like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Just like give it as much as we give him, like, you know what I mean?
I was like, tell that fucking Jamie Carragher, look, I like to sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh. And 2 minutes later, he's on stage doing the worm.
It was class.
How did it come about with the guests? Speaking of the surrealness, because my first bongo was like, didn't know. It was perfect experience. I didn't know much about it. Certainly didn't know. And all of a sudden, you just went, anyway, here's S Club 7. And I was just like, what's that about? Is it? And S Club 7 come out. And the fact that it hadn't been promoted, or I certainly haven't seen it promoted, and it was just like, what?
Yeah, I think
well, never known anything like
We
this.
used to just do all the acts as just surprise.
Yeah. I think we did it because we just like, let's book someone. We had S Club, we had 5, he's 17, but then what the problem was then that people were like, well, who's coming? Who's going to turn up tonight? It's like it's only for just like a couple of them. Like as you said, if you're there, you just go, oh, by the way, here's S Club, and they come on, everyone's fucking heads full off. But then we had to start promoting it.
I think the
then.
funniest surprise that we ever done was Wagner.
Oh yeah, and I forgot we'd booked him, and he's banging on the fire door.
But we said we'd
Yeah,
I'd
booked Wagner when I was smashed.
Even we'd forgot before the show. He was like, "Oh, we've got Wagner tonight." I was just like,
No, he was knocking on the door, and someone went, Wagner's outside.
But like, you know, obviously, like
I was like, oh, we've got Wagner.
We throw S Club on. We throw S Club on like unannounced, and people are like, "Wow, S Club." I went in the crowd when we brought Wagner on, and people in the crowd were just like, what the fuck's going on? Is this like, was he just here and we've just dragged him on stage, or was this like planned or what?
In the audience.
It's class. Even I was confused, like it was weird.
But what was the jump from like that to Khalees? People like that. How does that come out?
I just booked them.
So you just go through an agent phone. Don't they cost like fortune?
Yeah, but you just have to put the tickets accordingly. Put the tickets up a little bit.
What does someone like Khalees though, who comes? She's like, she must think about it. She speaks to her manager or agent.
Yeah.
You're playing a bingo event. When she turns up, what type of reaction have you had from people from the celebs, from people like Khalees?
Do you know what? Everyone. Well, she's coming back. We've got 2 shows in Manchester at the start of August with her, and then she's doing the launch of the new venue in Liverpool as well. I think like we've been again dead lucky. Like a lot of the acts don't really know what it is, but a lot of the acts their sort of touring schedule, they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's not actually they'll just turn up.
Yeah.
But it's always dead positive. And I flap it a little bit because I get a little bit like almost starstruck with stuff like that, and I want them to enjoy it. And it always ends up like we become like dead chummy with them.
Especially when we have like, say, a few on the run. Say if we have like 3 or 4 nights or like more on the run with them. And they end up like saying like, oh, on the last night, we're going to come down early and take a bit of the show in.
Yeah, or come and play. And like... Because
they always like say, because obviously they come like, say, an hour before they actually go on and catch a bit of it, but don't really catch the show. Like the Venga boys. They like, but when they first see us, they're like, what is actually going on in the show? Like it looks amazing, like the crowd's so amazing. And obviously we sort of build them up that much when they go on, it's mental. So they always like say, oh, we want to come and see actually what you do. And as soon as on that last show when they come and watch us, they're like, that is mental. Like we've never seen anything like this.
Like everyone that we've ever booked has always wanted to do more shows with us, and we've like formed really good relationships with the Vengas and S Club and Brian McFadden and Keith Duffy. Boys Life, the best mega super group ever. But again, it's just like we're in a really lucky position that all the acts that we book. Well, we also we're booking acts with a bit of like nostalgia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Khalees obviously is like, to me, she's like a fucking megastar, but even she's from an era a little bit like 90s noughties sort of, But even all the new stuff's good as well. So I'm looking forward to her coming back.
They must fucking love it though, because they must probably say if they've got a huge UK or European tour, for example, someone like Khalees.
Yeah.
There must be the odd gig where it's a bit flat. Maybe the warm-up person hasn't done very good, or it's just a bit of a flat crowd. It's Tuesday night. It's fucking raining. They must turn up to bingo and think, because the crowd's so rowdy.
Yeah.
Get me on there now.
Yeah. That's it.
I think as well, like when we have the act on, as soon as the act is about to come on, everyone, even from the very back wall, they all come down.
It's all down the front, and the crowd's like buzzing for it.
Yeah.
Whether it's Khalees or Chris Maloney.
You got Maloney.
Yeah, we had Maloney for a whole Panto season.
Yeah. I think it was like 14 shows.
14 shows. Did a duet with him.
Took him out to Aloha.
Amazing.
Took him to Aloha. Had a mad night with Maloney.
Amazing.
Had a mad night with the Venga boys. That was up there.
Oh yeah.
Saying, would you like to go? There's a wee speakeasy, Barry and Ride. Do you want to go there? No, we want cock. Okay. So we went
Where
to
did you
G-Bar and Superstar Boudoir and all.
Yeah.
You took the Venga Boys there?
Yeah.
Walking in, me and him walking in with all of the Venga Boys behind us. We just felt like just like the absolute kings of the world.
We've got Bass Hunter next week in Liverpool, and we're hoping he's gonna go on a mad one, isn't he? We'll be out with him, I think.
I can imagine to be heavy him like on
he's very, very heavy.
I feel like he's just kind of on our level though.
Yeah. He loves the Buckfast. The first time he ever turned up, he couldn't speak.
We give him a bottle.
Yeah,
he snorts the Buckfast.
He turned up and I was like, "How you doing? Nice to meet you." "Okay, man, I've lost my voice." I was like, "Just drink a whole bottle of that," and he literally did.
He just took the bottle on stage.
Yeah, took the bottle on stage.
His whole set, he just had the bottle on stage.
I feel like we're in privileged company.
So I know, listen to us doing all our name dropping. I was out with the Venga Boys and I've been talking to Bass Hunter. Forget about the fucking Rolling Stones and all. Need to go out with Jay from Five. He's fucking wild.
You follow that Paul Danan? Is it
Paul Dananagram?
That is amazing.
Class.
Well, we went on. We went on Jeremy Kyle, not on Jeremy Kyle.
We went
to watch it.
Yeah.
And they went, we've got a celebrity special and we're just setting it up. And then it was Paul Danan.
On Kyle?
Yeah, and he was talking about Dananagram.
Yeah, they were talking about it.
It was fucking weird.
It's class. And he was saying how much he loved it. He was like, "Oh, it's class, like."
Yeah, I would imagine he would. It's hilarious, isn't it?
It's class.
Yeah, there's loads of people who must know Danan who comment on it, you see, all the time.
Callum Best.
It was Callum Best and is it Kate Lawler?
Yeah.
It was just mad that like sort of we've been speaking about him like maybe a couple of months earlier, like talking about like the whole
Dananagram.
The Dananagram, and then he was on it and we were like, "That is mental," and he was talking about it as well, like.
It makes you feel like the 90s was ages ago though, because when you see some of the photos,
the pictures look so old.
Yeah, and they're not digital; they're like proper, the little date stamp, and they're in like white denim rig out, like matching suits.
I was gonna say there was one the other day of Duncan from Blue in the denim rig out.
And it's like, what is this? What is this age that we lived through?
Dr. Fox and that, yeah.
Dr. Fox.
He was on a couple one. There's one with today with Simon Cowell.
He's a good writer.
He's in these
there's
big bootcut denims.
I looked into it because I wanted to see like who was kind of behind it.
Yeah.
And it's a group. There's a collective group, and they did an interview with someone, but like obviously like an anonymous interview, and apparently they were although it's a piss take, they did work around like the entertainment industry at that time with all those
publishing
people.
or something, or at a record label.
They've got like so a lot of some of the stories are like a little nod to maybe a few rumours and stuff. I think that's why everyone, like other people, like
it's just immense.
It shows that Danan himself must like it though, because it's still called Paul Danan. If he didn't like it, he would have took action by now, wouldn't he? Libel or something.
I think he said on Cali wanted to get money out of it, though. He was saying.
Was he?
Yeah, he was saying like, "Oh, we're going to work with them. I'm going to work with them boys. I want money."
Good luck with that.
Talking of people,
do you know why? Sorry,
I jump on bandwagon. Go on.
Yeah, I just wanted to say what fucked Paul Danan's career up, which he told about when he was on Kyle. He was it Jude Law?
Yeah,
beat him to a role. He had a role in Steve Martin's Cheaper by the Dozen.
Oh yeah. As like I think it was
he was the bad guy,
Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah,
that's what fucked Danan up. Cheaper by the Dozen. He had the role. He was going to break America, and the director just bumped into Jude Law and said, "Hey, do you fancy this role? I've given it to some English guy who's going to try. He's going to be a," and he's like, "Yeah, I'll have it." So Jude Law fucked him over.
Because he was in Hollyoaks, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I can imagine he was like at one point like,
who was?
Danan.
You meant Jude Law.
Paul Danan, and that's sly. I mean,
so yeah, I just thought I'd get that out there.
Them's the breaks, and
that's what happened. Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yeah.
Steve Martin movie tipped him over the edge. Jude Law took his role. He'd already got the role, and then the director said, "No, I'm giving it to Jude Law."
Shot blocked him.
And then he got on the.
Has Jude Law been to Bongos?
No, Jude Law hasn't. I don't think so.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, no, just Carragher really, and
just think of all the other celebrity reds that are going around at the moment, like
one of the Atomic Kittens, all the big ones.
Surprised Big Dunk hasn't been down.
I'd love Big Dunk.
He doesn't have you anymore, does he?
Doesn't he?
No.
Doesn't
touch a drop.
Doesn't need to drink.
Yeah, he doesn't need to.
I thought he'd be on the body.
If the flashbacks of seeing the tonic wine, he'd just be like, had to Copa. Sorry, I interrupted you there with that Paul Danan story.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, the success, inevitably, you're going to get... Obviously, we talked before about the likes of the established bingo brands, Mecca and Gala and all that. Jumping on the bandwagon, you've had a bit of controversy. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You're allowed to talk about that, or?
Oh, with the stuff with who invented Bongos Bingo. I can't really go into it too much, other than because it might be a legal matter. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
okay.
other than, like, I invented it. Me and my business partner created it. Not Cole. He brought the dance element to it. He's got the green dress trademarked, but yeah, we'll have to see where that goes.
Hey,
I think Disney.
damn straight I have, yeah.
But as a result of that, you're moving on. There's a new venue.
Yeah, so we're starting in Content, which is a venue we're building in the Baltic, Brewery.
Yeah.
A venue tailor-made for the show, which is going to be exciting as well.
Amazing.
You know, when we go around doing venues, we're doing venues and we sort of go in and go, right, what sound system we've got, what lighting rig have you got? Whereas we're actually getting to build a venue tailor-made for the show, which is like,
isn't it?
Which is really exciting.
So is that going to be like the global HQ then?
Yeah,
It's going to be like the base camp.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in the West End in London, innit, where they've got like the original cast and you got the touring cast, and usually be the.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
go. It'll be superb.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
What he's doing
I'll
tonight?
get you some tickets. What he's doing tonight? You come tonight. Carragher's going to be there with the class of '94 or something.
Yeah.
You're only
yeah.
a stone's throw from where you start. Well, obviously not shipping forecast, but from where you started out anyway,
Yeah.
really. So it's just going to be no change, really.
So
Just-
it's called Content, isn't it? And where exactly is it by the Baltic?
So it is in the brewery. It's in the brewery. So do you know where?
Same building as the Baltic Market.
So the Baltic Market's over there. Then you've got the Yellow Submarine,
Okay.
and then it's just there.
We have Bongos. We have Bongos Bungalow Bar.
Yeah.
So
Well.
there's the Bongos Bungalow, and then basically it was going to be a shipping container box park.
Okay.
And due to circumstances where we needed to move bingo, we needed a venue. So it's going to be a smaller box park on the side and a full warehouse style
Were
venue.
you going to do the box park anyway? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the plan.
And so it was just like.
yeah, so the plan was to do a box park there,
Yeah.
and then the whole bingo fallout.
That part of town's just immense now, isn't it? Do you remember, like, it was nothing, wasn't it? So, but when you start,
Well, I think
really,
Ghetto Golf was the first thing on that side of the road that went up, and then that
And then
area
the
just
brewery.
went. Yeah, it all just flew up like everything just opened up around it.
Do you feel like though it's possibly going to be on the turn very soon with what's happening at Constellations? You think the big names are going to come in and it's going to be the independents are going to get pushed out, which is a typical story
what
that
do you mean,
happens in
what's
every city.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I was
What
gonna
cross
say,
have
I
you
don't
got
know.
there?
Who's moving in?
Const-
Do you just mean they're moving, or
Constellations is moving in it. It's going to be flats or something.
Oh,
yeah, but
yeah.
they've got that. Is it Hinterlands?
Yeah.
So they're just going to go from there. I don't know.
I thought you meant like Witherspoons were moving into that or something.
Yeah, you were
No,
saying the big
that's
names.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, though. It always seems to happen, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that'll happen. I think that'll be thriving for a good little bit, and then all down this side of town with the new stadium coming in.
Yeah, 10 streets.
Yeah.
New stadium's happening. Whatever. Can't tell you about it, but you know, Big Dunk told me.
Have you always been a blue?
Told you.
Just like or since you moved here? Or?
No, since I moved here, I supported a team in Belfast called the Glentoran, the
Glentoran,
Glens,
Yeah.
and never supported an English team. Came over here. Just my dad was a United fan, so I sort of would watch a bit of United.
Yeah.
Wasn't really following it. Just followed the mighty Glens, and I thought I fucking need to support a team here. So didn't want to support the shite. And now I'm like, you know, I literally bleed blue now.
Good lad.
Do you know what? It's rare that because being from Belfast myself, I know that mostly they have some of them have an Irish team, you know, Linfield, Glentoran or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's usually Liverpool or United.
Liverpool
isn't it?
United, yeah.
So it's good that you.
But I think that's it. That's why I was.
Or Rangers or.
Yeah,
Celtic.
but I'd met a lot of blues. Like I'd worked with a lot of blues, and obviously with my dad being sort of leaning towards United, but not a big follower. Like, but I love it. Got season tickets for the first time, so we went all last season.
Yeah.
Buzzing off it.
Well, like, because I always went a lot when I was a kid. I was a massive fan.
Yeah.
And like before I'd started working with him, I'd seen like his poster with like an Everton shirt on and all that. And he was a bit like, oh yeah, I've been to a few shows, and then obviously, a few games, and obviously I got about it loads. And then one day he was just like, should we just get season tickets? I want to get into it. And then like he's
No, I'm hooked.
literally
We sponsored
first.
Cenk Tosin last year,
See, I was just
Yeah.
going to say, I
Yeah.
knew there was some official.
and the reason we
link as well.
sponsored him was mainly just piss my missus off a little bit because my ex-wife's Turkish. And when like we met him at like a sponsored thing, and I was like speaking loads of Turkish to him. It's like, oh, my ex-wife.
yeah. And now we've just sponsored Bootle Football Club as
And
well.
now we sponsor Bootle FC.
So we had the shirt
Sponsored by
sponsor.
Really,
Bongos
yeah.
Bingo.
Brilliant.
I don't even know if that's announced yet, but sure.
Oh
whatever.
really?
It is now.
Oh well.
Breaking exclusives
Well,
left.
my dad's on the
Big
committee
two,
there,
yeah.
so
That's your big exclusive. The Everton Stadium is definitely getting built, and Built FC, Bongos Bingo sponsored.
And next step in the stadium development in all the retail, there's going to be a Bongos.
It's going to be Bongos Bingo
mega store.
Yeah, it'll be like the home shirt, the away shirt, third kick.
No, we're gonna sponsor a stand.
We're gonna spot the Slutty Susie stand.
Slutty Susie stand, that'd be class.
Or
just the box at least.
The Buckfast stand.
Oh, that would be class. The Buckfast Arena.
Oh, the Buckfast Arena. That's what I wanted to call the new venue. I wanted it to be called like the Content Bongos Bingo Buckfast Jonny Bongo.
Like as if they were sponsoring.
Yeah, they don't. They only sponsor a Gaelic team.
Of Buckfast, is that official? Have they been in touch with you?
Oh, I'd love them to. They wouldn't do it. No, it's too many.
It's not really them, is it?
They don't want to promote it really because it's wreck the house juice. So I think something like 90% of alcohol-related violence in Scotland had Buckfast in the police statements. So
oh my god,
they don't want to promote it, but they do sponsor a Gaelic team in London. The kit's class. It's got Buckfast on the front.
In London, all right, okay, yeah.
But yeah, because I think if we said to them, could you come and sponsor our event, and we brought the monks, because it's made by actual monks, if we brought them to a show, they'd probably be right.
Is that real?
Yeah, that I wasn't just making that up.
Made by monks, yeah.
It's made by monks drunk by drunks, like made by the Benedictine monks at Buckfast Abbey.
Don't mess around, the monks. All that Belgian ale they make is like the strongest stuff going as well.
They don't want to mess with the recipe because everyone's saying you got to take the caffeine out of it because the caffeine's sending everyone wild.
People having heart attacks.
But that's why I need it when I've done 3 shows on the run.
People are driving mobility scooters off stage, isn't it?
Yeah. If you listen back to this footage, after half of this bottle's gone, we're talking like twice as fast.
Yeah, probably.
Why is there swingy chairs?
Yeah. David's going to have to slow it down.
Just slow that down.
Well, listen, guys, it's been amazing. Thanks so much. Sorry, go on.
I've got one last question. I'll kick myself if I don't ask. The prizes. Because, again, when we talk about the surrealness, when it was another element, I was just, what the... You got BMW, speedboat.
Yeah.
I'd never... Well, probably like... What was that thing in like the 80s with
Bullseye? Yeah, I think one of the...
inspired?
A little bit, yeah. One of the things that, again, it's worked so well is the sort of business model as we started was the money that came in through the door, let's give it back. Like, you know, like let's give away as much prizes as we can. I think that's sometimes a game where copycats fall away. They slack on the prizes. And although people, they're not bothered if they don't win, I think in the subconscious, if like, you know, we give away like $2,500 in cash every show, down on top with all the prizes. Yeah. So, but that's the ticket money. The ticket revenue comes in, and once we've paid for production and our staffing costs and things like that, the business model is to put the rest into prizes. So, yeah, we trial loads of different stuff. Like we used to go round like Home and Bargains with a shopping trolley every show and just throw stuff in, and then things stuck, like the thing with the Cocoa Pops. Like we've been doing that for years, but if you took that out, it wouldn't be. There's a few like seminal things like the Henry Hoover.
Like you see people like on social media sort of posting like even before they've come to the show saying, "I'm gonna win that Hoover," or "I'm gonna win."
Yeah.
Like some people say to me all the time, like, "Oh, I want to win the Cocoa Pops." I'm like, "Do you can win like $1,000?" And they're like, "No, I want the Cocoa Pops."
I want the unicorn. Like I think in the moment you could literally say to someone, "Do you want to win £500 or do you want to win a unicorn?" And they'll be like, "Unicorn."
Yeah.
It's like that show. It's like that show where they have the kids and they like pick between the prizes.
Yeah.
And they go, "No, I want that unicorn because I can have that now." But you could buy 50 unicorns with this money. No, I want that one. So
it's like the princess set as well. Disney princess set that we do. People are mad.
I think it's just because then you've almost got something. You're fucking
more
taking
memorable,
something home. Like that guy in Scotland who won the Henry Hoover.
Oh, yeah,
and then he went out all night clubbing with it.
Brilliant.
And he put a video up of it and fucking got millions of views. And he's like, "This is the best night of my life." And he's in some club with his Hoover.
There's a girl in work who won a mobility scooter.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, I went and picked it up, and to this day it's just parked outside my hands. Like, she doesn't need it.
Yeah, at the time you think, this is class.
Yeah.
Because we had to get people to pick them up. Because although I think you can drink and drive on them, I'm not sure. But
but also we were getting messages, people were driving them home.
And running out of battery.
Just stuck.
And messages were contacting us because people were driving around Mackey's drive-through with like 4 people on it, trying to go through the drive-through.
And you can't push them. Like once it's dead, the wheels won't go.
They lock.
It locks.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so people were like, "I'm going home." We gave away though. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of we gave away these like cows or horses that you put like you push your feet down and the legs go and they're on wheels and they move. So we were giving those away over Panto. And there's this video of some guy going down, like, someone's videoing it from the room, and it's like
it
Smith
looks like
Down
early
Road,
hours of the morning.
about 5 a.m. It's just this one lad on this car, just driving home.
It's classed as well when we see like the cutouts,
Yeah, you see
especially like
colours
on
in
all
the window.
students, on the all student windows and all, like Schofield and
And
Ainsley
Attenborough.
Harriott, like in the windows. Yeah, class.
Schofield gave you a little shout, didn't he? Was it last week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a bit like flapping it because I wanted to get Schofield to come to a show, and we've been giving him away for a while, and he always like sometimes will tweet people back if he tweets. I've won Schofield, he'll like it and go like nice one. So for like a good month, we were getting everyone to do like hashtag get Schofield, just everyone fucking hammer him and try and get him to the show, and then he just wasn't biting.
Yeah,
Then
we've done Ainsley Harriott's birthday as well. When we done the shout and he shared it in Manchester, there was like a full crowd of 900
singing happy birthday to Ainsley.
Yeah, and we were all like, as his cut out and all that, and he shared it and was like, oh, these people are going to be.
But Schofield mentioned it. I think there was something on this morning where they had like masks of Schofield, and then he went, there's a certain bingo company that have been giving me away as prizes, so that's fine then. We're not after Schof anymore. He's gave us the nod. He's acknowledged
We've
us
got what we need.
and gave us a shout out on this morning.
That's
Tremendous.
Well, listen, we need to let you get to the show. So,
I know. Do you want
thanks so much.
Do you want us to leave that bucky, or
If he would.
I think Greg's all over that, yeah.
yeah, and those suspenders? Hey, thanks for inviting us in.
Yeah, nice one.
Nice vibe.
Amazing.
Pleasure.
Thanks,
I don't
guys.
normally have a voice on the stage, like, so it's nice to be able to speak for once. It's class.
That's why I said to come in.
When we get out, people were like, don't ever speak to you.
Why were you telling them about that?
Boss.
Why did you tell them about all my loose skin? I'll show you. I'll send you a picture.
You'll never believe. Yes, you can see it in the You'll never guess what made Carragher go.
Yeah.
Send the video from Ibiza.
Oh no. So much skin. Yeah, sound. Nice one.
Boss, that really enjoyed it, boys. Nice one.
Class.
Yeah, cheers.
Well better than John Ennis.